Greetings, this is Eric from Blue Canary Gallery. I wanted to give you all a little behind the scenes look at what I do during the streams. So I have a VTuber character that is designed by Shade the Bat. It's meant for VR chat, but you can also use it for VTubing, which is pretty fun. I also have a Leap Motion with a little 3D printed device. The holster is made by Spliggin Splugin. It's Spligin, Splogin, over on Etsy. It's very cool. I got it for about $15. I think it's on sale from when I purchased it. So yeah, the character is currently mirrored, so where I'm looking right now is not exact, but let's see. My hands are, but come on, hand. There you go. Sometimes my hands don't exactly react. So it depends on the range. I do what I call T-Rex arms, where I put my arms on the side, and then I have to have it detect where it is, and sometimes one of the hands falls off a little bit. So there we go. Can move my noodly appendages, which is a reference to Adventure Time. They have little noodle arms. So there we go. So if I reset it, I'm currently using VC face at the moment. So if I set it for mirror motion, like before, it will be mirrored. But now if I do this, my head won't be mirrored, but my hands won't be, because that's a setting with the Leap Motion. So here we go. So I can twiddle my fingers, and sometimes it doesn't quite detect the hand a little bit. So it'll do what I call flippies. My VR chat character, I also have a bandana that goes on the avatar. And there's little bones in the ears, so they do that. If I have my mouth open, a little bit. So I also have toggles for the face, so if I do F2, they'll blush. F3 makes stars appear. And then those stay constant, so if I blip, I can also leave the stars on. So if I get bonked on the head, for instance, somebody drops an anvil on me, that'll happen. Or pie. Pies are tasty. I'll go up in the camera, I'll go which also kind of animates the character a little bit. If I'm just standing still, that's kind of boring. Unless I'm reacting to something, then I'll and then I'll move the head. It's basically a digital puppet. So let me go ahead and remirror that. There we go. And then taking the mirror back off. So you're able to actually see, oh, I turned the Leap Motion off. There we go. So that is how that works. So I'm going to go over my other toggle settings. So force blip. And also if I have my mouth open and I happen to yawn at the time for any reason, like I just got up and I only had like 30 minutes to prepare, I'll do that, and that will also close the mouth. Was it F6 is startled, kind of like whoa, and then when I kind of squint at something, if it's being silly, if something is silly, that's F7, and you can assign any of these toggles. For me, this is what I have on mine. That is F8. It's like a little concern, a little sus, and then F9's a little angry, like I don't like that, you know, the kind of thing. Or sad. I'll sometimes, depending on what happened, like my game crashed or something like that, then yeah, I'll be a little sad. Like, so depending what happens, I'm probably making that expression. So little blip. It's very cute. So that's what I do with that. So if somebody drops a pie on me, I'll try to eat them. I'll do that. If something hit me, I might be a little sad, like, why? So, and then I have it set so that the pupils are dilated, so the reset position is always that, no matter what I am toggling on and off. So I use a secondary program called vtuber Plus, and that allows anybody to drop an object on me, and that could be an imported 3D asset also, if you have the availability to add your own, if you have that. So yeah, this is what I do. And sometimes when I'm speaking, I'll also pause in between my speech. I used to have longer hair. I could do the flippies, but it's a little short right now. It's actually getting a little bushy. I need a trim on my hair. So yeah. And I also use a Corsair mic to show what I'm doing right now with the cameras. The camera you're seeing right now is my old camera. It has a short in the wire, so if something just happens to move it, it'll just disconnect. So that camera's been retired, and I have a newer camera. So my old camera came from my friend Brian, and my boyfriend Justin has donated my newer camera. They're both C920 models from Logitech. I was trying to remember. I was like, yeah, both Logitech cameras. So that is what I'm using. They work perfectly for doing you know, simple stuff like an art stream. If I have an armored ship picture or if I'm doing my little avatar. Be a little Ada. Yeah, I love the model because it's very expressive. So, you know, also do some free Podbean redeems for y'all. So yeah, it's good times. So yeah, I wasn't able to get the bandana stay on this model, but there's a lot you can do with them. A lot of folks like to edit the character model, so it's all good. I happen to really like the color blue, hence the name. It's a reference to a They Might Be Giants song. So yeah, Birdhouse in Your Soul. So yeah, you'll see a lot of stuff with bird references or things. So in my chat, my redeems are called chirps, and the little badges are references to carbohydrates, because you really shouldn't give them, you know, bread, but it's kind of like a little joke. That's what I do on mine. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So there's that. So for settings, you have different settings. For instance, this is the leap motion, and it's not showing at the moment, but you can set the different settings to how you prefer. Some folks like to also lay their leap motion on a desk. I use one that dangles off my neck. So this simply just snaps into the case, and then the plug's here. And when I'm done with it, to just keep it from, you know, overheating entirely, I just unplug it, and it just either sits in a drawer or on a desk until I need it for the next time. So it's pretty cool. So for the setup, it's just simply one camera, but for today's demo, I have two cameras up. I have the old retired camera and then the new camera, which works fairly well. And if I need to also reset this character, I just hold down Alt and I can rotate it. I can do something similar. Some of the settings are different, but something similar for VTuber Plus. So if I want to rotate that down, I can do that. Or if I want to reset the position, I can simply hit that button. And if I need to have no background at all, I just simply hit that little X and then the spacebar to make that go away. And I can do that. I can also look down with the character up. My hand is on the keyboard, so it's detecting that. So my little noodly hand. So I can do that. So sometimes I'm exaggerating it just so it'll pick up the movement a little bit better. Let me go and put that back. So yeah, thank you all for being here, and I appreciate every one of you, and I will see you soon. Take care.